Good morning, guys. It's Mike. Back again. Discuss some of these games yesterday. Other than tonight's game, I went 11 and 4. I had the Cowboys on Thursday. I had Philly on Thursday. I lost the Chiefs game. I picked the Chiefs to win. I lost against the Falcons and the Bucks. I took the Falcons. I won Cincinnati. I lost the Miami game. I won Jacksonville. I lost New England. I won the Cardinals. Won the Steelers, Commanders, Broncos, 49ers, Packers, Rams, Bills, and then we got the game tonight. So I'm 11 and 4. Let's go over some of these stats. We start off with the Cardinals and the Saints. Cardinals won 20-13. Kyler Murray had a really good day. He completed 72% of his passes. Not a lot of yardage, but he had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. His quarterback rating was 113, which is really good. Rattler for New Orleans. He had a decent game, completed 58% of his passes, 214 yards, but he had no touchdowns and no interceptions, so his quarterback rating was a 73, which is probably below league average. Marvin Harrison Jr. had 1 touchdown. Let me see where he is. He caught 5 for 71 for 45. 5 for 71. His longest was 45 yards and 1 touchdown. So really good day for the Cardinals. Let's see here. All right, we'll go with the Panthers and the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence was 19-31, 61%, 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His quarterback rating was 79. Nothing really stands out here. Pretty even matchup. Total yards was 378 for Jacksonville and 255 for the Panthers. Turnovers. Here we go. I said it was week 1 in college. Was the key of the day was the turnovers, and the Panthers had 3. The Jaguars had 1. So here we go. Panthers lose the game. They were -2 in turnovers. So, and they lose 26-10. So there it is. Turnovers again. The next game was the Bucks and the Falcons. This is the game that I lost. I took the Falcons, and they lost 23-20. Baker Mayfield was 17-32. He was only 53%, which is not a good day. But he had 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. That was was pretty good for Baker Mayfield. Michael Penix Jr. was 27 for 42 for 64%, 298 yards, 1 touchdown. His quarterback rating was 100, so it's pretty good. Nothing really stands out in this game to me. Falcons had 358 total yards. Buccaneers had 260. They had no turnovers. Penalties, the Falcons had 8. The Bucks had 5. Rushing yards was pretty well. Bucks had 101. Falcons had 69. And the Falcons had 289 passing, and the Bucks only had 159 passing. So that was that. And let's go to the next game. The next game would be the Steelers and the Jets, which was an excellent game. I really enjoyed that game. The Jets surprised me with Fields. They played a really good game. Aaron Rodgers was excellent. He was 22 of 30 for 73%, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and his quarterback rating was 145. Excellent. So yeah, he spread the ball around to a lot of players. Fields played an excellent game. He was 16 to 22. His percentage was 72% for 218 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. His quarterback rating was 130. So that was excellent for him. But here we go. Time of possession, the Jets had 35 minutes. The Steelers had 25. First downs were pretty even, 23 for the Jets, 19 for the Steelers. Total yards, the Jets had 394 and Pittsburgh only had 271. Passing was 218 Pittsburgh, 212 Jets. Rushing was 182 for the Jets and only 53 yards rushing for Pittsburgh. Penalties were 7 for the Jets, 4 for the Steelers. Total plays were 62 for the Jets, 54 for the Steelers. Yards per play was 6.4 for the Jets, 5 yards per play for the Steelers. And here it is again, turnovers. The Jets had 1, the Steelers had 0. So here we go again. Seems like a theme so far in the NFL also. All right. Next game, let's go to the Bengals and the Browns. Wow. Bengals sported out 17-16. Joe Burrow was 14 to 23, 60% completion rate, 113 yards. Wow, that's low. 1 touchdown. His quarterback rating was a 91. Flacco was 31 to 45 for 69%, 290 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. His quarterback rating was an 81. I mean, the Browns pretty much dominated this game, but they ended up losing. Time of possession was 36 minutes for the Browns, 24 for the Bengals. First downs were 22 Browns, 11 Bengals. Total yards were 327 for the Browns, 141 for Cincinnati. They only had 141 yards the whole game. Passing was 278 for the Browns, 95 for Cincinnati. Rushing was about even. The Browns 49, the Bengals 46. Penalties were exactly 7 apiece. Return yards was pretty even, 146 to 93 for the Browns. Total plays, the Browns had 71. Cincinnati had 49 plays. Wow. Turnovers. The Browns had the 2 interceptions, so that's why they lost the game. Turnovers, guys. Here we go. Turnovers. Next game is the Colts and the Dolphins. And this is a game that I lost. Never thought that Daniel Jones would look like he looked. Tua was 14 to 23, 61% completion rate, 114 yards. He had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. His quarterback rating was a 55. That is horrible for a pro athlete. Zach Wilson came in. He was 5 for 8, 62% with 32 yards. His quarterback rating was a 72. Now Daniel Jones was 22 of 29, quarterback rating of 76, 272 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. His quarterback rating was a 126. That is excellent for him. And the Colts won 33-8. Yeah, that was wow. The next game is the Raiders and the Patriots. I lost this game. I took the Patriots. Geno Smith was 24-34 for 70% completion rate, 362 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His quarterback rating was a 110. It's pretty good. All right. Drake Mays for New England was 30-46 for a quarterback percentage of 65% completion, 287 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His quarterback rating was 86. All the stats are pretty even. Time of possession was 30 minutes for the Patriots. It was 30 minutes for the Raiders. First downs were 18 and 21. The Raiders had 21. Total yards was 336 Patriots. It was 389 for the Raiders. Both of them had 1 turnover. Plays were 68 Patriots, 62 for the Raiders. Everything was pretty even. Rushing yards were 60 for the Patriots, 56 for the Raiders. So the Raiders pulled it out 20-13. Next game is the Commanders and the Giants, which this one went about how I thought it was going to go. Time of possession was 30 minutes for the Skins, 30 minutes for the Giants. First downs were 25 for the Commanders, 17 for the Giants. And if you hear me say the Redskins, I still call them the Redskins. They're still the Redskins to me. I don't care what the logo says. Total yards was 432 for the Skins, 231 for the Giants. That's almost double. Passing was 212 Skins, 157 Giants. Rushing was 220 for the Skins, 74 yards for the Giants. Penalties, the Redskins had a lot of penalties. They had 12 penalties. The Giants had 6. Return yards was 86 Redskins, 65 for the Giants. Yards per play were big, 6.